Awesome. Okay, so it is live on YouTube, we know, and Facebook hopefully is joining us this time too. We will see. So, sorry, we had a small technical difficulty today. We had to restart our systems, but I think we're okay now. So, I'm so sorry about that. Our team is working to make sure everybody can watch today's lesson. So, it looks like YouTube is back. Hi again, YouTube. Yes, I do. I see you guys on YouTube. Sorry about that. We had a small technical problem, but we are back. We had a small problem getting our Facebook stream up. Yay, Facebook, you're here. Great. Sorry, Facebook. Sorry about that. We had a technical problem, but we restarted and now we are back live. So thank you very much for your patience. Sorry about that. If you're just joining and you missed the first part, today's live stream, now that everybody is here, is about explaining problems and mistakes. So sorry about that technical issue, but we have it fixed. So it's great that we got it fixed and everybody can join. Fantastic. So great. Hi, Facebook. Sorry to keep you waiting. Thanks very much for joining us. Yes, I see all of you, but we're a little late, so I'm going to jump into today's lesson. And don't forget, this is our special thing for today that I really want to tell you. Usually, I tell you a little later in the lesson, but this is our special deal for today only, I think, this 55% off deal for 24 months of our premium subscription. So check this out, and I'll tell you again about it later. But yes, sorry again about that technical problem. We are back. So today, kind of a, I guess, summary of today's lesson. I'm going to talk about vocabulary words you can use to express mistakes. I'm also going to talk about a useful sentence pattern that you can describe or use when you don't know something. And finally, I'm going to talk about some grammar points that I think are useful for this topic. So if you have not already, send a message in the chat. Hi, Anderson on Facebook. I'm doing well. Hi, everybody on YouTube. Again, please don't forget to like the video and share. I just shared the video too. But let's get started. Sorry about that. A bit of a delay. Let's begin over here with vocabulary words. All right. So these are vocabulary words we use for mistakes and for problems. Usually when we use these, we're using these in the past tense. So let's take a look. These first two are to make a mistake and to make an error. So they both use the verb make, to make a mistake, to make an error. What is the difference between a mistake and an error? We use mistake most commonly in everyday speech. So something a person did. So like earlier, maybe like I wrote the wrong letter, or I did something small, like an everyday like life small thing. I would say I made a mistake. So we use past tense here. I made a mistake. When you use the word error, it's often for like machines. So you could say like my printer had an error, or like this other person in my organization made an error. So we use this for like machines and for like business situations, maybe for contracts as well, to make an error, Okay. The next one, I want to introduce this one. I've had a couple questions about this word. The word is oops, the pronunciation. Oops is used for small mistakes. So like if I drop my pen, or if I maybe accident, like I drew on my skirt earlier on accident, you can say oops for a small mistake. Something that's a really small thing you didn't on like accident. So by accident means you did not plan to do that. So you can say oops for those very small mistakes. Oops. I have here as well, I'm not going to talk about all of these words, but this is a category I have here. Curse words or swear words. Curse words or swear words. So these are words I can't say on this channel. But they're the rude words that you hear on TV, in movies, that you maybe hear in everyday life. So we use those words when we make mistakes. So they sound much stronger than oops. So oops is very mild. It's very mild. Like little kids use oops, adults use oops as well. But when you want to express something in a stronger way, you can use a curse word or a swear word if you like. Not everybody chooses to use these, and they tend to sound quite rough if you do use them. They sound quite strong and maybe a bit aggressive. So I will leave it to you to Google some curse words or swear words. Just be careful in how you use them. We do not use curse words or swear words in business or polite situations. Definitely not. We use them only in like rough or very casual situations with close friends. So please be careful in choosing your use of swear words. Even if you use it positively, like even if you mean something positively, you want to communicate a positive meaning with a swear word, it still sounds extremely rough, like quite rude. So please be careful with those. Okay. Yes, I am back indeed. We had a technical problem at the beginning of the lesson. It is fixed. Okay, let's go on to these next three here. The next three are very common ways, casual ways to express a mistake. So the first one is to screw up, to screw up. To screw up, this has nothing to do with like the motion of like screwing something into like a piece of wood. So to screw up means to make a mistake. It's a casual expression. We use it in the past tense. This screw takes an ed ending, screwed up. I screwed up, he screwed up, we screwed up. It sounds like you made a mistake, but this is much more casual than to make a mistake. I screwed up, I screwed up. I screwed up my report, or I screwed up making that presentation. Another very common one is the expression to blow it, where it is the situation. In past tense, blow becomes blew. So she blew it, he blew it. We use this for a huge mistake. So something like, for example, a really big opportunity, like maybe a job interview. If someone really makes a huge mistake in a job interview, they could say, I blew it, or she blew it. Or to be specific, like she blew the job interview, he blew the presentation. So using this verb, or this phrasal verb, really communicates a huge mistake. All right, final one here is to mess up, to mess up. So to mess up, it sounds a little less severe than to blow it. So this verb takes a regular ed ending. I messed up, he messed up. This usually means like a small mistake, like you wrote the wrong word on a report, or maybe you sent the wrong file to someone. You could say, oh, I messed up, sorry about that. It sounds quite casual. So you can kind of choose. This one, to blow it, is for really big mistakes. To screw up is kind of medium level mistakes. And to mess up is lower level mistakes here. Okay. Junior says, Alicia, is blunder kind of like a mistake? Yeah, blunder is like a mistake, but it's like a mistake you make because you don't know something. Like because you're ignorant of something, you make this mistake. So you look a little like maybe not smart. So it's kind of an embarrassing mistake is a blunder. That's a blunder. So like maybe, I don't know, if I fell down on this live stream or something like that, I don't know. That's not really a blunder. That's just weird. Like, I don't know. That's not a mistake. That would just be embarrassing, I think. So a mistake is kind of like related to your activities, you know, something that you are in control of. Okay, let's go on to this last group here of vocabulary words. It's very small. Can we zoom in? I'm very sorry. I ran out of space. That looks nice. So here, I want to talk about these expressions. So these are all, these are all for making mistakes. These are all mistake-related expressions. Mistake-related, sorry. These, however, are for when you don't know something and you need to explain that. So that's a kind of problem, yeah? When you don't know something. I'm going to talk about this later. So we can use this pattern, I have no idea. I have no idea, or I have no clue. So we can use both clue and idea here. So here you'll notice idea and clue, these are used in the singular form here. I have no idea means I totally don't know. I don't know at all. I have no idea. So we use this in the singular form. Please note that. Not ideas, not clues. I have no idea. This means I don't know. 100% I don't know. This is a very casual phrase. The second one here is I'm stumped. I'm stumped. I looked up the history of this word. It has a long history that's kind of uncertain, but stump, for those of you who know, the stump here in the root, that was funny. The stump is like the base of a tree. So when people would cut down in the US, when people cut down trees to make roads or like for fields or pastures, the stump, the base of the tree, would remain. So if you can't imagine, I am not an artist, but if you can't imagine, like a stump is this part of a tree. That's this, a stump, the bottom part of a tree. So when people were making roads or like fields or things, the base part of the tree, the stump, was left. And that created problems for people. Like they couldn't like finish making the road because the stumps were there. It was like being blocked. So today we use this expression, I'm stumped, to mean I'm blocked. Like I can't think of anything. Like I'm mentally blocked. So this expression means like I'm confused, or I don't know how to go on, or I don't know how to solve this problem. I'm stumped. You'll hear this a lot. Okay, final one here is he's or she's clueless. He's or she's clueless. Let's break this down. So clue, this is the same clue we saw in this expression, in I have no clue, yeah? Clueless. So here, less, you can think of less as acting like a suffix here. So this means having no clue. So she has no clue, he has no clue, but we say clueless, so not having a clue. So less means not having this thing. Okay. To the person who just sent a long question in YouTube, please check the YouTube channel. So today's lesson is about a very different topic. Okay. Good. So I'm going to take one more quick break, and then I want to go on to this middle part in today's lesson, this kind of key pattern for explaining things you don't know. So if you missed it earlier, this is our special thing for this week. If you have not checked it out already, there is a 55% off 24-month premium and premium plus accounts on the EnglishClass101.com website. So if you are not a member, or even if you are a member, they have this special running today only. And this is part of this Christmas sale that the team has put together. So actually every day there's a different item, like there's a different sale. So I think you can find all of the sale information videos on the YouTube community tab, I think, and on the Facebook page. They can check everything on both Facebook, on the main YouTube page too. Okay, so please check out the YouTube channel and the Facebook page for each different deal, each different sale for each different day. So I think there are 9 days of that, 8 days? 8 days, 8 days of sales. So please check that out. This is today's 55% off a 24-month. So if you want a long-term thing, check this one out. You can find the link for this below the video on YouTube and above the video on Facebook. Okay, let's continue on to the part that I think is the most interesting part of today's lesson. This part. Okay, we're going to talk about some grammar. Exciting. Okay, so this I've labeled when you don't know something. So I want to help you explain specifically what you don't know. So this part, I don't know. This one is easy to say, yeah? Like, I don't know. I don't know the answer, maybe, or just, I don't know what you want me to do. Maybe we know a few basic patterns here. I want to talk about how to explain specifically what you don't know so that someone can help you fix this problem. So first, I've included here at the end of this I don't know expression the basic WH questions. I don't know who, I don't know what, where, when, why, how. So I want to take a look first at these three at the top here. So these three sentences follow a really special pattern. Let's read them first. The first one is, I don't know who has the office key. This is just an example. I don't know what the password is. I don't know where my bag is. Oh, sorry, I mislabeled this. It's this one and this one. Sorry. And let's look at this one too. I don't know when she's gonna get here. So, sorry, I want to look at these three here first. So these three sentences, they all explain a problem, something we don't know, and we're using different WH questions to explain that. Then you'll notice this part of the sentence, you can kind of see like the key words to make a question. What the password is, or where my bag is, or when she's gonna get here. But maybe you can see the word order in these types of like parts of sentences is swapped, yeah? So when we make a direct question, like for example, what the password is, that sounds really weird, I know. Usually we'd say, what is the password, right? Or here, like, where is my bag? Not where my bag is. That sounds weird, I know. But when you're using the be verb, like right here we have is in this case, is, she is. When you're using the be verb in these kinds of patterns, like inside another sentence or inside another question, you need to change the order of your be verb. So the be verb is coming after your noun. So we would say, what is the password? Here though, my be verb comes after my noun. So this is kind of a special grammar and word order point that we use only in patterns like these. So, oh no, I've just erased it. So I don't know what the password is. It comes at the end of the sentence. I don't know where my bag is. This is correct here. So think about this when you're making these types of questions. In sentences that do not use be verbs, though, we don't have to worry about this rule. So this first sentence is a great example. I don't know who has the office key. I don't know who has the office key does not use a be verb. So this part of the sentence, who has the office key? This is a regular direct question, so no change is necessary. So if there's no be verb in your question, don't worry about it. So that's part one of this part here too. I will try to check your questions as well. Nice one. Ahmad on Facebook says, I don't know who has the answer. Nice one. Good. Okay. Let's move on then to a couple other points. Yeah, nice one. Alka said, I don't know who is there. Good. Okay. So that actually, yeah, that one works. I don't know who's there. Okay. Let's move on then to these next two here, because these are also special. These are, I don't know why and I don't know how. So first, I don't know why I have to fill out this form 3 times. I don't know why I have to fill out this form 3 times. And I don't know how to use this software. I don't know how to use this software. So these two relate to this point right here. So I've written a couple notes at the bottom here. The first one is about using be, where we swap the word order. To swap means you reverse the word order. Here though, we do not use do. So in these like yes, no questions, do you have, do you need, we do not use do or did, does, or didn't in these types of statements. So in a question or in a statement like this, I don't know why I have to fill out this form 3 times. If we look at this part again from after my question word. So if I wanted to make a direct question, I would say, why do I have to fill out this form 3 times? That's my direct question. Why do I have to fill out this form? But we do not use do, so remove do. Why I have to fill out this form 3 times? This is correct inside this larger sentence. So we've removed do here. Okay. Then, this last one shows us, actually, there are a couple different ways we could say this sentence. So, we could say, for example, looking again here, how do I use this software? How do I use this software? We could make this sentence, I don't know how I use this software. We could say that, or we can replace it, as I did here, with to. So there are 2 different ways we could express this here. So just do not use do in these sentence patterns, do or any variation, and swap be here. All right, final point about this. When you use these kinds of patterns and you see like an is at the end of the sentence, we can't use a contraction at the end of a sentence. So I don't know where my bags. We can't say that. We cannot say a contraction at the end of this sentence. Please use is for sure here. So this is actually kind of a really interesting point, I think. So if you want to know more about this kind of grammar, please check out, where can you see this? If you want to know more about this, you can search for what are called embedded questions. Embedded questions. So this will tell you some more about this grammar point and the rules with this grammar point and a lot more examples. Today I'm focusing on a problem, I don't know statements. So this is super interesting, I think. All right. Wow, we only have 2 minutes left. Do I get to go a little longer because we had technical problems? No. Okay. I know. Giving you a hard time. Sorry. Okay, let's go on to the last part. Let's see. You guys had some nice example sentences, like I don't know how to use that machine. Oh, I'm dark right there. Okay. Or I don't know where my mobile is. Nice. He didn't know how to ask her out. Nice. Other example, I don't know why English is so difficult, but Alicia makes it easier. Yay! Thanks, Lise on Facebook. Cool. Nice. Thanks for your examples. Okay, I'm going to continue to the last point of today's lesson then, which is just some useful patterns that I wanted to review. So the first one is using the word enough, especially in negative sentences. So we can use it before an adjective. The first sentence here is, I don't have enough time. Or I'm sorry, this is for a noun. I don't have enough time. So this expresses, I need more time. I need more time. We can also use it after an adjective. This bag isn't big enough. So please note the positioning of enough changes depending on the grammar of your sentence. So when you're using this noun, I don't have enough time, or I don't have enough food, for example, you can use it before the noun. With an adjective, follow the adjective with enough. Okay. Second, using too much or too many. This point, I've noticed a few people in the comment section of videos, they'll use too, but they mean so. So too has a negative feel. Too means like excess of something, more than we need. So for example, we bought too many drinks, more drinks than we need. You'll also hear this word right here is way, W-A-Y. This is an emphasis word, a casual emphasis word. We bought way too many drinks. So too many sounds negative. It's like more than necessary. Okay. Second example here, I ate too much cheese. So what's the rule for using too many and too much? Too many is used when we're talking about a countable noun, too many drinks. Too much is used for an uncountable noun. In this case, cheese. I ate too much cheese. Is that ever a problem? I feel like for some people it could be. Maybe for lactose intolerant people. Very specific. Okay, so that's too much and too many. A quick review of that grammar point. Last point for today, and then we'll wrap up, is this. This is a good one to use at work for situations where your expectations have not been met. So you thought there was a plan. The plan did not happen, or the plan has not happened yet. So, for example, my package hasn't arrived yet. It hasn't arrived yet. So here we're using the perfect tense, yeah? Or our clients haven't called. Our clients haven't called. So here you'll notice I'm using haven't or hasn't, depending on my subject. And I'm finishing my sentence maybe with yet. So yet shows we have an expectation for that action. I used it here. My package hasn't arrived yet, but I expect it's going to come. In this sentence, our clients haven't called. The expectation is much lower, like, oh, maybe there's a chance the clients aren't going to call. So we can use this to talk about a problem. Something hasn't arrived, or we haven't received information yet. Okay, so a couple of quick and useful patterns for explaining problems here. All right, but I have to finish. So we'll finish there for today. Sorry about those technical problems at the beginning. We really appreciate your patience. So I'll wrap up there. If you missed it earlier, today's special deal, this is only for today, is the 55% off deal on EnglishClass101.com. You can get a 24-month premium or premium plus subscription. So if you're thinking about it and you want a long-term plan, please check the link below the video on YouTube and above the video on Facebook. That's the special. And if you want to check every day's special deal, please check YouTube or Facebook, definitely. Okay. Yes, if you're having trouble seeing, you can make the video bigger. I would highly recommend making the video bigger. I know there's a lot on the page. So I'll end today's lesson, but thank you for all of your example sentences and your comments. If you have other questions, please send your comments into the chat. I do check the chat after every live lesson. So if you have a question, please let me know in the comments. It's super, super helpful. If you missed this lesson, don't worry. It's being recorded. You can find it on our YouTube or our Facebook pages. And next week, again, we will be back. Next week is going to be what, December 12th, I feel like? What's today? Yeah, I think December, oh no, that's December 12th our time. December 11th? What is next week Wednesday? December 11th, I think? I don't know, something like that. Anyway, next week, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to talk about improving English writing. So last week I talked about sequence words like first, next, then, and so on. We're going to review that a little bit, and I'm going to talk about some things that you can do to kind of make your writing a little bit better, and some things to look out for. So please join us next week for a writing focused episode. That's next week, Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So please join us on YouTube or on Facebook. But we have to finish now, so please check out this special deal for today. And of course, thank you so much for liking and sharing the video. We really appreciate it. And thank you for your comments. Thanks very much for joining us this week. Well, I guess that's everything from us. All right. Have a good day, have a good night, good weekend, and we'll see you again